That's a signal that the Democrat Party knows that President Trump won the abortion argument. It's no longer effective to them, so they had to find something else to paint President Trump as being anti-women in. But of course, as you said, he's for IVF. He obviously wants to make life better for the safety of women, protect children, things that all women in America want. But it was a deceptive play by the Democrats to switch the abortion issue into the IVF issue. But unsurprisingly, President Trump has managed that pretty well as well.
You know, he's done a great job, but all the while, Kamala Harris is still telling people at her rallies that President Donald J. Trump is going to institute a national abortion ban. She's still bringing up Project 2025. She's trying to cater to a group of Americans who are called low-information voters, those who are so busy that they can't watch every moment of the campaign trail. That is why it's so important for us to educate our friends. We've got 24 hours or less in some states. We have to get out there and do everything we can to save this country.
I think it's important to know when Kamala Harris says Donald Trump is going to implement a national abortion ban or he's aligned with Project 2025, those are blatant lies. Now, every campaign, you do things to your advantage, you try to take what they give you, but there's a difference between doing that and lying. It's been well documented. They obviously watch President Trump like a hawk. They hang on his every word and try to manipulate it, and at the same time, they pretend that he's for a national abortion ban or that he's going to be a dictator or that he's for Project 2025. They already know what he's doing, and yet they lie about it. That's deceptive, and when people see that, that's one of the reasons why they're support creators, because people don't want to be lied to. You're supposed to expose your opponent's bad record, but lying crosses the line with voters. Voters do not like being lied to. They don't like being gaslighted. They don't like being talked to like they're 3 years old, like Tim Walz's wife does and Kamala Harris sometimes. So the Democrat Party and the Harris campaign, they really do a lot of things that really irritate voters, and it's hurting them. I guess they're desperate, so they feel they have no other option, but they're really digging themselves a deep hole, I think.
They're desperate and they're unoriginal, so it's a combination. And, you know, President Trump doesn't lie. I think that's why he rubs some people the wrong way. I don't understand why. I want a person who's transparent. I want a person that I don't have to question their motives. President Trump, what was so great about him when he was in office is that he let us know every move that he was going to make and why he was going to make it. He communicated directly with the American people on Twitter. And then look at what happened with that. You know, thank God Elon Musk went ahead and he bought Twitter. Now it's X. And now, you know, there's citizen journalists. There's people letting the truth come back out. But if he did not do that, this would be a completely different election landscape. And then also a positive benefit, an indirect benefit as we called it in economics, Truth Social emerged. And Truth Social has been fantastic as well because we get to hear from President Donald J. Trump directly. If you're not on Truth, you need to get on Truth.
Now, speaking of Truth Social, you can follow me on Truth Social at Matt Cain, on Twitter, on X at Matt Cain USA, on Instagram at Matt__Cain. I know that's a lot of different handles, a lot of Matt Cains in the world. Sorry about that. That's Kane. And if you want to share where people can find you as well.
The world needs more Matt Cain in their lives. So yeah, follow us on social media. I'm on Instagram, Christina Loren Meteorologist. Also, just Google my name. Or even better, just go to the RSBN page on X and you'll find some of our posts there. It's easy to find us if you do that. Plus, like and subscribe all of RSBN social pages. Share this if you can right now. Share what's happening because this is going to be one of President Donald J. Trump's final rallies. It's bittersweet. We want everybody to have a chance to hear what he has to say on this eve of the most important election of our lifetime.
Yeah, and it really is an honor for us to be able to bring you this coverage. I have a blast doing this, and we can't do that without the help of our sponsors. So we want to read you a message from our friends at Birch Gold. They want you to know that there's nearly $1 trillion of infrastructure and pandemic funds yet to be spent, and there's a massive amount of money that the lame duck administration is pushing hard to spend in their last few months. And if Biden can push out these funds, we could see another prolonged inflation surge, just like during COVID. And everybody remembers the terrible effects that high prices had on Americans. But there is hope, because a surge in prices can be beaten. A gold IRA from Birch Gold Group is the ultimate inflation hedge for your savings. To see how to protect your IRA or 401k, get a free info kit on gold by texting the word Trump to 989898. Plus, Birch Gold's special offer has been extended through the election. When you make a purchase, they're giving away free Trump silver coins. These unique collectibles depict President Trump defiantly raising his fist after the attempt on his life. So don't miss your chance to own this one-of-a-kind piece of history preserved in a silver coin. Protect your savings from Biden's spending spree and get your free Trump silver coins. Text Trump to 989898.
Thank you. Thank you. In a few moments, you're going to hear from the 45th and soon-to-be 47th President of the United States. And, you know, our country took a wrong turn about 4 years ago, and everything is worse off than it was then. And, you know, the country and the America that I grew up in, the one you grew up in, the one that changed the world, was a country full of hope and aspiration for the future and getting ahead. And that's what we've lost. And that's what we want to recapture. That's what this is really all about, is we want to be a country again that has big dreams and fulfills them, that does big things. And the only thing standing in our way is a bad administration. After 4 years of progress that set us back, and I know people are just so tired of every day waking up to the news that our borders being overrun, that our streets are no longer safe because we're being flooded with criminals. I know people are tired of the cost of living has been unaffordable for working people. That was the American dream. If you work hard and you're willing to work hard, you can get ahead, you can leave your children better off than yourself. And there are millions of people today that are doubting it or are finding it impossible because of the insane policies of the current administration. And so what this election is about more than anything else is fixing those problems so that we can once again have the great country that we inherited from our parents and our grandparents. Now, I know you may not be aware of this, maybe no one's told you, but I want you to know something. Pennsylvania is a really important state tomorrow. The whole country is going to be watching you and what's done here and what happens here, because it's going to determine not simply the outcome of this election, not just the next 4 years in our country, but I honestly and deeply and truly believe it'll help determine what kind of country our children, our grandchildren, and future generations of Americans will inherit. If I may briefly, with your permission, I want to say a few words in Spanish. Aquí Latino. And I primarily do that. They speak English, by the way, but I primarily do it because I don't like the way the translators translate my words on the news. I prefer my translation. I speak Spanish, but I mostly speak Cuban, which is different. Pero los boricuas me van a entender y los dominicanos también. Aquí hay dominicano y boricua. Mira, mis padres llegaron aquí.
Good afternoon and welcome to Right Side Broadcasting Network. It is Rally Day in America. We have 3 rallies until the election tomorrow. One in Reading, Pennsylvania, where we'll be going shortly, and then we'll go to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and then tonight in Grand Rapids, Michigan. A lot at stake, of course, for our country. We have a lot of interviews coming up with We the People and also a number of people you may have seen here on the show before, as we will hopefully be taking a live look there in Reading, Pennsylvania. As we know, 19 electoral votes up for grabs in that state. So we'll be going there live to the pre-program. As of right now, we know RSBN's Matt Cain and Christina Loren will be picking up our live coverage after the pre-program and into when President Trump will be speaking there at the Santander Arena in Reading, Pennsylvania. And then speaking of arenas, the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the NHL home of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Well, it's going to be the MAGA Arena tonight in Pittsburgh, and then over to Grand Rapids to wrap up this campaign season. Can you believe it? Can you feel the energy right now as we know that tomorrow is that big day for our country? And we'll have a lot of live coverage right here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. In the meantime, while we wait to go to a pre-program speaker in Reading, Pennsylvania, all of it brought to you by a number of great sponsors, including Birch Gold Group. All you have to do is text Trump to 989898 for more information on gold, silver, precious metals, also 401ks and tax-sheltered IRAs. Of course, the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and others are using their local currency instead of the U.S. dollar. So that reason alone, on top of the economy being so terrible right now, having a good gold, silver, precious metals backup, you can get that ball rolling by texting Trump to 989898. Also, the wellness company, MakeCareGreatAgain.com. You can use a promo code RSBN. You'll get 15% off of some amazing kits over there at the wellness company. This one here is the medical emergency kit. You also have the contagion emergency kit. There is a travel kit, a first aid kit as well. A lot of great prescriptions, anything from ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, amoxicillin, a Z-Pak, and more that will definitely take care of any kind of bacteria or virus that hits your system. So go to MakeCareGreatAgain.com, use that promo code RSBN for 15% off. All right, so again, Matt Cain and Christina Loren will join us in Reading, Pennsylvania. Then in Pittsburgh, Mike Fortin and Nikki Stanzione, and then RSBN's Liz Willis as well a little bit later tonight in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So our RSBN correspondents, Mike Fortin, Nikki Stanzione, and Liz Willis later today. As you saw with the brilliant Bobby McNeely in North Carolina just earlier, packed house, packed arena, and President Trump definitely being slightly sentimental, just a little bit, just talking about the past 9 years of this whole thing, all of the rallies, all to gear into one day, tomorrow, to make America great again. Wouldn't it be nice to have a golden age here, 4 years of a lot of great things happening in this country, all across the board. We can dive into that another time, but we all know the talking points, from the border to the economy to safety to the constitutional rights and everything like that. So it's going to be great to see Reading, Pennsylvania. Again, that's the Santander Arena, so it's a nice looking arena there. We'll be going there live with the pre-program speakers. As soon as one takes the stage, we'll be going there momentarily. So let's enjoy this today together as Americans, as we the people. I know a lot of you have been with our network for quite some time, very loyal viewers over the years, and some great sponsors as well, including Tax Network USA, 800-357-1415. If you missed any taxes this past April or other Aprils, or you just have some questions about taxes overall, all you have to do is call 800-357-1415. They're standing by right now. It's 12:49 Eastern Time on a Monday, so you can go ahead and give them a call if you have any questions. They'll work there alongside you. Great sponsor here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. And Director, next sponsor you were saying? All right, free Trump book, freetrumpbook.com. Mike Huckabee and the team in Arkansas and Tennessee, writing these great books for the youth of America. Everything from The Kid's Guide to President Trump and also American Greatness. There are so many topics that you can check out at freetrumpbook.com. Great advertisers here and sponsors, but also friends within the Patriot movement, within freedom, within MAGA, freetrumpbook.com. It was great to see Mike Huckabee the other day at one of the town halls when President Trump was traveling all across the country. Great to hear from Mike Huckabee, and of course, Sarah Huckabee Sanders as well, just the other day when she was, I remember she was hosting a town hall in Flint, Michigan. So it's 12:50, getting close to the top of the hour here, as today is the last day of campaign rallies for President Trump. If you think about so many rallies over the years, they've been quite memorable, awesome, and of course, tragic in Butler. But for President Trump to go back to Butler on October 5th, October 5th, that's Saturday, quite the memorable rally. But you think about the hundreds of thousands of people, the millions of people over the 9 years of RSBN's coverage of President Trump's rallies, and all of the people that we've interviewed, and all the pre-programmed speakers, and all the speeches. Not only has President Trump inspired a nation, he's entertained a nation, and now it is go time. We are less than 24 hours from the polls opening across America, as today is rally day in America. And it's great to be with you guys, and it's great to be a part of this network. Joined in September of 2022, so it's great to see more rallies coming up. And there is Reading, Pennsylvania, as we await the next speaker to take the stage. We'll be going there live to Reading, not too far from Philadelphia, but look at that. I mean, this is a state that usually would be more blue in some areas like Philadelphia, but you've seen a lot more red. So let's go to Congressman G.T. Thompson right now live in Reading.
Hello, Pennsylvania. Wow, you should see things from my perspective here. What are the key words? Fight, 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 vote, 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 win, win, win. You bet. I'm Congressman G.T. Thompson, so proud to be here. I serve as the Dean of the Pennsylvania Congressional Delegation, and got a question for you. Are you ready to elect Donald J. Trump as the 47th President of the United States? You bet. Well, let's go down memory lane. You remember when gasoline was under $2 a gallon? It's been a while. You remember when you could afford to buy every item on your grocery list? Do you remember when determining boys from girls was based just on biology? Yeah. When Iran, Russia, and Hamas were not threatening the world with war. And when we respected and we supported our men and women of law enforcement. Those were great times, and those happened when Donald J. Trump was our President of the United States. And today our families suffer under the failed leadership of Harris. Let's face it. Kamala broke it, and Trump will fix it. How about it? For America to succeed, America must be strong, and Pennsylvania must be strong. And that's not going to happen if harmful Harris gets another 4 years. It's time to turn the page and close this nightmare book. Let's send her back to San Francisco. How's that sound? A little more down memory lane. How many of you remember the product Rice-A-Roni? There you go. Well, I got to tell you, Kamala Harris is no San Francisco treat. No doubt about it. You know, since Harris took office, you have spent nearly $25,000 more, thanks to her inflation. And that's a tax you cannot afford. You know, the worst of politicians will tell you what they think you want to hear. And that is Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Does anyone truly believe she now supports fracking for energy production? Of course not. Now, she's going to regulate and tax affordable Pennsylvania-produced energy and our jobs out of existence. And she will ruin not only your future, but she's going to ruin the future of our children. And we can't afford to go back to these job-killing policies of Kamala Harris. And a vote for Harris, quite frankly, is a vote to end opportunity. President Trump has always stood with our Pennsylvania families. His policies have meant more money in your pockets and more Pennsylvania jobs. A strong economy needs a strong workforce. In 2018, I was proud to stand in the Oval Office with President Trump when he signed my legislation that modernized career and technical education into law. Working with President Trump, we restored rungs on the ladder of opportunity. And as the first member of Congress from Pennsylvania in 170 years to serve as the chairman of the House Agriculture Committee, I want to take the time to pause and thank all of our farmers that might be with us today. You know, agriculture is our #1 industry and critical to our economy. And these hardworking Pennsylvania farm families, they provide us with food and fiber and fuel that we depend on each and every day. But our farmers under Harris are struggling with a farm crisis that's creating food insecurity for you and national insecurity for our nation. Now, President Trump has always had the farmers' backs, lowering their costs